What's up, you guys? Sean Rossap, Fightful.com, here with a name you might know a little bit if you're a wrestling fan, an MMA fan. I mean, he pops up a little bit of everywhere. Bret the Hitman Hart. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Coping well.
You're a part of the Corner Gas animated series on CTV Comedy. I got a chance to check out the episode. I didn't know you were that much of a mechanic. I mean, we know you're a mechanic in the ring, but
Well, I wouldn't trust me as a mechanic ever. I mean, the last guy you'd want to have looking under the hood of your car.
You were a part of the Corner Gas animated series, as I mentioned. The episode airs first on October 26th. Your get up there, it was a little bit Hillbilly Jim inspired, a little bit Hitman inspired. Talk to me about that.
Well, I didn't have much control over that, but I liked that they gave me brown hair instead of gray hair. So you gotta cut your losses and be happy with what you get sometimes. But the hillbilly Jim look, yeah, I don't know where that came from.
The likeness outside of the gear was pretty spot on. They took you to like you said, the darker hair and all that good stuff. But your return to voice acting, so to speak, what was that like for you, and how were you approached with that?
It's funny because I did it last year. Um, if I remember correctly, I think I really literally just landed from. I came home from Hawaii, and I literally just landed at the airport and pretty much came home and drove straight to the studio and did it from there. Because I think I forgot that I had it, or something along those lines. But it was a very fuzzy memory of you after a long flight, sort of just coming in and going straight to the studio. But they were really easy to work with, and I think when you're a wrestler and you've done as many promos and just speaking on things like today, even that stuff comes pretty easy to you. I'm sure the other some of the other cast members like Trish
Trish
and
and Lance.
Lance. They it's all sort of old hat to us. So it was pretty easy. I think everyone was pretty happy with how quick and efficient it was. And even though I was just flown in, I was pretty happy with how it went. And they were all great guys and fun to work with. And the script was, you never know how it's going to come out. I don't think I even knew. Maybe at the end, maybe I did. Maybe they just showed me when I got there what my character was going to look like. But I didn't know. I don't think till I got there. What my character was going to look like.
Lance seemed very honored that even in an animated form, he got to finally face Bret the Hitman Hart. Like, that was a big deal for him.
You got to take it where you get it, right?
I mean, in a world of cinematic matches now, I mean, this is sort of like that. You get an animated cinematic match.
Wow, I'm equally honored to have had a chance to work against him, so to speak. But like I say, it's always just it's a bit of a thrill, I think, for anybody. The little kid comes out of you all the time when you see yourself animated and actually in a cartoon. And I've caught some of the commercials leading up to my episode coming up. I think it's next week. It's always kind of exciting. I know, like my grandkids have brought it up to me a couple of times that they saw me on the commercials, and I think there's a sort of a nice little buzz that comes with it. And it's I was on Simpsons years ago, and that was always a big honor too, just to see yourself sort of walk out in an animated cartoon is it's a nice feeling.
I was going to bring that up. I mean, I remember vividly that Simpsons episode. That was in my youth, and that was my favorite TV show, one of my favorite wrestlers. And today, like, I'll go into toy stores or something like that, and I'll see Bret the Hitman Hart Simpsons figures. So, I mean, you never know, like, how or what will immortalize you, so to speak.
Well, I think the funny story about the Simpson cartoon was that they initially were not going to draw me in as me, but I had just lost the title to Shawn Michaels at the Iron Man match in Anaheim. This is maybe a week or two later, and they flew me in as just I was going to be the Mad Viking or something like that. I was going to be some other wrestling persona that was made up, a fictional one. And I tried really hard to get them to draw me in as myself, and they finally said it's just the part for Mad Viking. Take it or leave it. And I said, okay, well, I'll still take it. It'll be fun to go to LA and do the voice for the Mad Viking. But anyway, so I did the whole thing in about 5 minutes. Like I drove there in a big limo, and they went into the studio, and I did my lines in about less than 5 minutes. Did it every which way you could think of. More mad, okay, not quite so mad, And then my limo driver had driven off and had gone to get gas, I think, and so I got stuck sitting there for about a half hour because I got done so quick. And all these workers that were working at Fox Studios came out of the woodwork. I mean, like I'm talking like maybe over 100 people came out, and they had programs and pictures and figures, and so I just signed. I had nowhere to go anyway, so I just signed all their stuff. And I remember when I was sitting there after I'd signed for maybe 30, 40 minutes, I remember I guess the guy that was the director of my episode came up and he goes, I had no idea you were this big of a star. He goes, if it's okay with you, we're going to draw you in as yourself now, because we had no idea. And so I always thought, just by being a good sport and being nice and taking my time and being friendly with people and signing autographs, they drew me in as myself, which can, never hurts to be a nice guy. So I thought it was always an interesting story that it paid off, because I think it was much bigger deal being drawn in as, Bret the Hitman Hart, and having, caused Mr. Burns to go bankrupt and,
Yes.
taking his house and all that. So
No easy task there. And I thought that, I mean, I don't know what the creative, so to speak, was for the Mad Viking. But when I saw Bret the Hitman Hart doing what he did and saying what he did on The Simpsons, I was like, man, how could it have gotten better than that? What could they have had that was better than that?
well, I did all the lines and everything as the Mad Viking. That's why when people sometimes hear, they go, "That's not Bret Hart." It doesn't sound like him. And it's like, yeah, I was supposed to be doing the Mad Viking, so I wasn't supposed to be Bret Hart. So I was trying to have a different voice a little bit, but it's me. And again, they didn't change anything except for the artwork. And I think Hitman was better than the Mad Viking anyway.